Hey everyone, welcome back to 88 Fitness Training. I'm Camille and today I'm going to show you my arm workout. So we're all about hypertrophy, building muscles and breaking through those plateaus. So if you want to walk around with those big guns, whether it's just, looking good while you're flexing the mirror or maybe you're giving direction somewhere, I got the arm workout for you. So stay tuned, check it out. Listen, y'all, when it comes to building arms, it's not all about just lifting heavy. It's really about selecting the right exercises that really emphasize hypertrophy and stacking them right in the workout. So today I'm going to take you through a really excellent workout. So let's get into it. You've heard me and James say all the time, compounds are where it's at when you're looking to build some serious size. So one of the exercises that I really love starting with is the close grip lat pull down, but for your biceps. And I know you guys are thinking like, hey, that's a back exercise, but believe me, your arms are gonna feel this. So let me show you how to do it and how it's different than a lat pull down. All right, so I got two handles on here. They're close grip. We're gonna keep the elbows kind of tucked in. We're not gonna flare them out. And we're gonna put load on the biceps, right? So we don't want the load on the elbow. So flex the biceps slightly. And now we're gonna start pulling down, really flexing that bicep. And once you reach max contraction on that bicep, we're gonna stop. And that's what prevents it from becoming a lat pull down. If I keep going, now my lats are involved. All right, so we're gonna come up, keep tension on the bicep. We're gonna really flex hard, hit max contraction. And you can see my arms are shaking. Like this is not an easy exercise. And then we're gonna stop right here because this is peak contraction for me. Any lower, it's back. We're not here to train back, we're here to train arms. So you're gonna go ahead, hit your 6 to 10 reps, really squeezing. And I like to pause at the top while still under a load on those biceps. I think it really causes some damage, some muscle fatigue. And plus you've got load in the stretched position, which is one of the mechanisms for hypertrophy. So this is a really excellent exercise. It was one of Mike Mentzer's recommended exercises. We're a big fan. I think you can really feel this. You'll really get the gains, get a super pump. So it's a great place to start, y'all. All right, next up, I got another bicep blaster for you. It's gonna be a unilateral exercise. It's gonna be a simulated preacher curl. Now, it's gonna be a little different than how you think of doing unilateral preacher curls. So I've got the adjustable bench here, which I think is really easy, makes it easy to get into the position. So you're gonna grab this, place it on about a 60-degree incline, grab your dumbbell. All right, you wanna sink the armpit down into the bench, just like this. And now my torso, I wanna actually twist it away from the arm that's doing the work. So kind of horizontal. We're gonna put load on that bicep, come up, squeeze. Now this is really great exercise because of the amount of stretch you get. You can really extend the elbow all the way out, which is creating a heck of a lot of passive tension on that bicep. So it's a really excellent exercise. And not only that, we've got some shoulder abduction here, which also creates additional stretch on that bicep. And so what do me and James always say? Muscle stretch while under load has the most potential for growth. But again, this is a little different than what you would think about if I just said, hey, do a unilateral preacher curl, right? The position itself is a little unique. In fact, there's a hypertrophy coach I really love, Dr. Sokolowski. He coined this the Soko curl because of that horizontal rotation and shoulder abduction and the fact that you're able to really lengthen the elbow there to get that maximum stretch. So go ahead, hit 6 to 10 of these, both arms, really focus on quality of the rep. So reps have 3 portions, right? We wanna make sure that we take our time lowering that weight. You wanna pause for a split second in that stretched position and then come up and really contract that bicep. So go ahead, hit those Soko curls or unilateral preacher curls, but make sure you've got that twisted torso in there to get that additional stretch. All right, y'all, let's move along. All right, up next we have extended range of motion cable curls. So go ahead, grab 2 handles, get in your favorite Titanic pose, and bring it up and squeeze. Now, this is pretty heavy because you got constant tension, so you really want to control that eccentric part, the lowering part. But man, the amount of stretch you have on those biceps, you can really feel it. So crank up that weight, hit your 6 to 10 reps. Extended range of motion cable curls. Next up, we got some reverse cable curls and hammer curls. Y'all, it's not all about the long and short head of the bicep brachii. You also have the brachialis, which sits underneath and really pushes that all up. So if we want big arms, we gotta hit the brachialis too. So we'll go ahead and hit some reverse cable curls here. Now when I do these, I actually like not having my thumb hooked, but as I get deeper in that stack, it's an absolute must. So just keep that in mind. If you're doing these and you're like, oh, I'm good, but your thumb's on top, it's not heavy enough. So go ahead, hook that thumb, get these in, really take your time, 6 to 10 reps. And then we're gonna superset this one, like I said, right into dumbbell hammer curls, just like this. All right, take your time, really squeeze, get those dumbbells up, just like this. So hit that superset, y'all. Blow up those forearms, blow up that brachialis. Well, there you have it. There's the bicep exercises. Let's go ahead and recap that and then stay tuned next week for the tricep exercises. All right, so for this bicep workout, we started with the Mike Mentzer style pull downs for biceps. So it was the only compound exercise that we actually did today. It's an incredible exercise. You'll notice that I didn't pair it with anything because it's that hard to do. The amount of progressive overload potential you have on that is huge. Like you can go really deep in the weight stack. My only caution there is just make sure your lats aren't taken over. So really focus on only pulling down until you hit peak contraction on that one. And remember, keep tension on that bicep. Don't let your elbows lock out and take the load off the biceps. So yeah, hit your 6 to 10 there. Guaranteed right off the bat, your biceps are gonna be fatigued, which is a good thing because next up we had the single arm preacher curl. And it's a really nasty exercise, y'all. Like the more I do this, the more I love it, the more I notice a change in my bicep shape. And everybody wants that aesthetic shape, so this is definitely a great exercise to work in. Remember, we did a couple of unique things there. Instead of the preacher curl bench, I just used an adjustable bench. And instead of just being dead on, I horizontally abducted my body so my shoulder was turned out to get additional stretch on that bicep. So I think those were the kind of key elements to that exercise. And make sure you're using a weight that you can control. It's all about smooth motions, no jerky movements there. That's how you end up with bicep injury, so be careful. All right, so from there we did, my Titanic favorite, the extended range of motion cable curls. What I love about that is your arms are pulled behind your body, giving you additional stretch, not only at the elbow, but at the shoulder joint too. So it's really effective at lengthening that bicep muscle there so you can get the max potential for growth. All right, and then no bicep workouts complete unless you still hit that brachialis and a little forearms. So we went ahead and did the reverse cable curl, superset with dumbbell curls. Now with the cable curl, you notice that I stood away from the tower. So I think that gives you a little more range of motion. Had I done those facing the tower, you have a shortened range of motion versus stepping over that stack and doing it this way. And remember, if you're doing them and your thumbs aren't locked under that bar, you're probably not heavy enough. So go ahead, crank up that weight, and guarantee you're gonna have to lock those thumbs in there. All right, so that was paired with the dumbbell hammer curls. Really excellent exercise for the brachialis and brachioradialis, the forearm muscle. So hit it in, and by then, your biceps are smoked. You can go ahead and switch over to focusing on triceps. And again, stay tuned for next week. We'll hit part 2, which is all the tricep exercises. So I hope you enjoyed this video, y'all. For more like it, make sure you check out our bicep and tricep playlist. And as always, you can catch James and I live every Sunday, 12 Eastern. Get all your questions answered in real time. All right, y'all, till next time, 88 Fitness Training.
Lift, Dominate, accelerate. 88.